Hello and happy Friday Eve from Radically Rational and RadicallyRational.com. And we hope you will visit RadicallyRational.com because it's fun. Want to get away? Be glad that you're not an NBA game official. Man, I mean, they had an epidemic of bad calls going on last night, and it did not reflect well on the league. Starting in Dallas, with that game between the Warriors and the Mavs, where nobody could figure out, or at least convey and communicate, whose ball it was following a timeout. All that happened there is it resulted in an uncontested dunk, and with that, the Warriors won the game. Mark Cuban says he's going to protest. I think he should. It was shaky to say the least. If the protest goes through, it'll ultimately be up to the commissioner, Adam Silver, but I think the Mavs have a pretty good chance of winning that one, and that was embarrassing for the league. You can't figure out whose ball it is? Wow, then you got the free throw disparity in that game between the Lakers and the Suns. The Lakers had 42 attempted free throws and the Suns 20, and at times, yeah, it did look fishy. Then another game between the Wolves and the Hawks where the officials just flat admitted after the game that they missed a call in the final seconds that could have given Atlanta the victory. As it was, the T-Wolves won in the return after missing 51 games of Karl Anthony Towns from his leg injury, and it's good to see him back. Ugh. On the other hand, no controversy, no confusion over what happened in Milwaukee between the Bucks and the Spurs. I mean, the Bucks just beat the holy bejabbers out of San Antonio, 130-94. Giannis with 31 and 14. He only played 24 minutes and sat out the entire fourth quarter. Wow-wee. By the way, the Spurs, they're 19 and 54. In Memphis, Ja Morant got a standing ovation from Grizzly fans as he returned from his 8-game suspension. It's amazing how popular you can become by shooting a video of you brandishing a gun in a nightclub. Works every time it's tried. Sending all good vibes and support to NFL free agent tight end Foster Moreau. This is interesting. He spent 4 years with the Raiders, caught 12 touchdown passes, entering free agency. So he goes to visit the Saints in New Orleans and goes through a routine physical. And the Saints team physician discovered and diagnosed that he has Hodgkin lymphoma. They caught it. It looks like he's going to be okay, and I love the attitude of Foster Moreau, who says, I'm going to take a little time off to kick cancer's ass, and then I'm going to go right back to doing what I love to do. Follow this. If there's any doubt about who holds the power in NFL free agency, take a look at this. It's the owners, it's the front offices, it's the team. Look at all these players fighting over one-year contracts right now, just trying to get the final crumbs. NFL management in firm control. This is kind of complicated, so I'll leave you out of the details. But the Chicago Blackhawks are not going to wear pride warm-ups in their game against Vancouver on Sunday, as it's Pride Night there. And here's the reason. The reason they're not going to do it is because the Blackhawks have some Russian-born players and family members, and they don't want any retribution from Vladimir Putin, who seems to be calling the shots everywhere. A big reason why Donald Trump should never have been president of the United States and should never sniff that office again is he doesn't understand the United States. He doesn't understand America. He doesn't understand our Constitution. He doesn't understand our system. He doesn't understand the way we do things here, or at least he doesn't care. I don't know how to break this to you, Donnie, but there is no attorney-client privilege when you and your lackey shyster are conspiring to break the effing law. That's not the way it works here. And why would any attorney ever take on Trump as a client? All you're going to get is not paid. You may lose your liberty and gain only an orange jumpsuit. All right, look, I'll admit this. In a perfect world, okay, in a perfect world, I'd prefer that the President of the United States not be banging a porn star. But I'll also be the first to admit that I'm really not that worked up about this storming thing. You want worked up? I'm worked up about a president that was trying to overthrow the government of the United States. Yeah, I'm real worked up about that. Okay, Fox would be really wise to settle with Dominion, and I'm sure that Fox is trying to do that. But you got to understand, Dominion holds all the cards here. Royal flush. This is the most open and shut libel case in the history of American media law. This is a finger roll. So, DeGuello, no settlement. Take them to trial. Take their lying asses to trial, expose them, and put them out of business. And finally, we all need something to feel good about. You think you got work stress? I think I have work stress. I don't know. How'd you like to be Fed Chairman Jerome Powell right about now? That poor guy can't win for losing. Yeah, but we can. Let's have a great Thursday. We're radically rational.